Doing this. So, you ready to do this?
I have a question. What was I supposed to do again?
Deep sleep, deep sleep. Rigid, one thought only, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. Stiff and rigid, one thought only, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. One thought only, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. Stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. Stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. Go ahead, back and forth. It's absolutely amazing what changes when we are on purpose, when we're working 7 days on purpose with the dynamics of accountability and the dynamics of specific declarations of what it is we're going to accomplish. So let me go and finish up the 3 principles. So the first principle was I hold it important that I do what I say I'm going to do. The second principle was that I can't do it by myself. I'm far greater as a part of a team than I can ever be alone. And then the third principle is accountability. And I believe you wrote this down last year, Dash, I am the source of all that I experience. It's not the realtors, it's not the broker, it's not that lending company, it's not that title company that's also doing home inspections, it's not the area of the country that you live in, it's not what your teenage son or daughter is doing, it's not anything else that's happening outside of ourselves. It is me. I am the source of all that I experience. It's an internal deal. You need to change internally first before the outside changes. And now how would you do that? Well, let's take a look at this. Go, I want you to try as hard as you can to reach your goals. But they're not going to let you because you have family obligations. I mean, you don't like speaking in public, and you're tired, you're exhausted. All right, guys, really give them a struggle here.
Wait a minute, what's my goal here?
Your goal is to break free. That means you reach your goal. All right, here we go. Ready, set, go. Come on, come on, come on, Brian. Try hard, Brian, try harder. All right, hold up. All right, now let me ask you. Did he try hard? Did it matter? Yes. Well, let me show you something. How many of you think that money is a motivator? How many of you think money is a motivator? All right, does anybody have $100 I can borrow? Somebody, I need it. Now, here's $100. When I say go, Brian, if you can break free, I'm going to give you $100. Hook up, guys. Just hook up. Just hook up. Now, what kind of strategy are you?
I'll keep here for $100.
What kind of strategy are you going to use here, Joe? Hook up, hook up. What kind of strategy are you going to use?
He's going to give us a cut if we let him go.
All right, hold up. The deal is off. I tell you why the deal's off. You can relax, guys. He's got the only strategy that would work. And that was to go to phase 3 and make a deal. Make a deal. I'll give you 25, 25, 25. You let me go, we effortlessly go, and there's no problem. But you know, so many times, here's what you can expect. The first impulse that the person has in this demonstration is they're going to work harder. Now, what if I didn't do anything and I let them work harder and they equally worked against him? He would have really struggled, and they would have been on the floor, and he would have failed. Now, what do you think the message that gets embedded in his subconscious mind is?
Work harder and you fail.
That's right. I can't do it. I tried as hard as I could, and I couldn't do it. I worked harder, and I failed. Why even try? I can't do it. And he would buy into the lie. He would buy into, I can't do it. When the only thing that was wrong is, he just didn't have the right strategy. But now is effortlessly moving forward by making a deal, negotiating with the circumstance. Would you give him a hand for the demonstration? Thanks, Brian. Thank you. Get right back. Thanks, Brian. Now, would it have been a great gesture if I gave him the $100 anyway? Wouldn't it have been a great gesture if I just right now gave him the $100 just for coming up? That would have been such a great gesture. All right, who gave him this, by the way? Thank you very much. All right, now let's get to that. There you go. Would you pass this back? But how do you compete against this very, very strong principle? The principle that we are driven to avoid pain and seek comfort. All right, you ready for some good news? You use it. You use it. Now, if you remember, I stand in front of you and I've lost 40 pounds and kept it off. I'm on my 3rd year of keeping it off. I know you look at me and you say, this guy doesn't need to lose weight, looks like a professional model. Well, I've lost the 40 pounds, I've kept it off. And how I used this, I used human nature. I didn't fight human nature. So can I tell you something that's, this is something that's really, I've taken a weakness. I've taken a weakness and I've made it a strength. How many of you think that you'd have value if you could do that? I've got news for you. In today's presentation, what we're about to do right now, you will be able to take a weakness and make it a strength. Perfectly relaxed. And deep breath, inhale. And deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep. Completely relaxed. Next time I shake your hand or say deep sleep, you go back deeper than you are now. Deep sleep, deep sleep. Deeper and more relaxed. Do you believe in hypnosis? You think you're hypnotized? Are you hypnotized now? No? Okay. Deep sleep, deeper and more relaxed, deeper and more relaxed, deeper and more relaxed. And Dolly, you are stuck to your chair. When I say to number 3, you open your eyes, you're stuck tight to your chair, and you can't get off the chair no matter how hard you try. The harder you try, the tighter you become stuck. 1, 2, and 3. Open your eyes. All right, Dolly. So you don't believe in hypnosis? Well, thanks for trying. Go ahead back to your seat. Go ahead back to your seat. What's wrong, Dolly? Go ahead back to your seat. Stuck tight, stuck tight, stuck tight. Try it. Now your back is stuck to your chair. Back is stuck to your chair. Go ahead back to your seat. Go ahead and try. Dolly, go ahead back to the seat. I'm trying to do something here. I want all the people that were hypnotized. Dolly, I'll give you 20 bucks if you can get off your chair. You think money's a motivator? I'll give you 20 bucks if you get off your chair. Come on, Dolly, here. Dolly, here. So now, it's a classic example of perception, point of view. What is she paying attention to? Is she paying attention to getting up and getting the money? No. Look at the mic, look at the mic, look at the mic, look at the mic, and deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep, completely relaxed. And you want to touch unbelievably hot. Hotter still. Now, they fix the air conditioner, Now you can see. The conscious mind is being bypassed. The conscious mind, in reality tests and inhibits. They're not in a conscious state. They're responding to the suggestions. They fix the air conditioner. Now it's getting cold. It's getting very cold. Incredibly cold. Colder still. It's freezing cold. It's incredibly cold. Colder still. Shivering cold. Get covered up. Get yourself. It's incredibly cold. Very, very cold. Incredibly cold. Colder still. And colder still. Now they fix it again. They fix it. And it's back to normal temperature. And now it's time for the movies. It's time for the movies, and it's a funny movie. It's the funniest movie you've ever seen. It's an incredibly funny movie. It's the funniest movie you've ever seen. It's twice as funny as you've ever seen. The funniest movie. It's incredibly funny. It's funnier still. It's funnier still. The funniest movie you've ever seen. 10 times funnier. The funniest movie you've ever seen. 10 times funnier. Funnier still. Funnier still. Funnier still. Now the movie's over. They've changed the movie, and now it's a sad movie. It's a sad movie. The saddest movie. Very sad. So sad. A very, very sad movie. Oh, it's incredibly sad. What's so sad? What's so sad about your movie?
It's just sad.
Oh, it's very sad. Very sad. What's so sad about your movie?
The dog.
The dog. What about him?
Got hit by a car.
Hit by a car. Dog was hit by a car. What's so sad about your movie?
We lost the dog.
Lost the dog. Do you have a sad movie?
Yeah.
What's so sad?
She left me.
She left you. And what's so sad about your movie?
The dog.
The dog. Kathleen, what is this? And it's not a sad movie. Not a sad movie anymore. It's a very. The movie's over. Deep sleep, deeper and watch this. This is a sleep gun. Sleep gun. Watch this. Deep sleep. Deep sleep, deeper, way down. Deep sleep, deeper, more relaxed. When I count to 3, you're all ghosted. You're going to go throughout the audience and scare the audience. And the louder, the more noise they make, the more noise you'll make. Because it's coming up to Halloween. You're going to scare the audience. It's your job to scare the audience. You're all ghosts. Counting now. 0, 1, 2, and 3. Up and in the audience. You're ghosts. come on back, Ghost. Come on back on stage, Ghost. One more good scare, but come on back on stage, Ghost. One more good scare, but come on back on stage. Come on, Ghost. On the count to three, you're a great lecturer about Housemaster. You're talking to a group of realtors. You're going to let them know how great Housemaster is and why they should use Housemasters. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes, and there's your audience.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bob Minkowski. I'm a Housemaster of America. I appreciate you letting me speak this afternoon. First of all, like I said, I think we probably have some of the most professional realtors in this group, representing Macomb County. Most of you have used Housemaster before and tend to use this in the future. We did send out that brochure last month. The brochure does explain.
Now, Bob, they don't understand you.
Excuse me?
They don't understand you. They don't understand you because they're Japanese. You can now speak Japan. You can now speak Japanese. You're a great fluent.
By the National Institute of Building Inspectors. They do a wonderful job on a house. They protect
And
the
freeze,
house.
deep sleep, freeze, deep sleep, freeze where you are, freeze. Freeze where you are, and frozen solid, frozen solid, frozen solid, frozen solid. Everybody, freeze, deep sleep, and frozen, deep sleep. And on the count of three, you're all great bodybuilders posing for the group. 1, 2, 3. Bodybuilders posing for the group. Bodybuilders, great bodybuilders, posing for the group. Bodybuilders, and pose away, posing for the group. Bodybuilders, a timeout for posing. You're incredibly thirsty, but you can't find your mouth. Go get a drink. You're incredibly thirsty, but you can't find your mouth. Go in the audience, get a drink, but you can't find your mouth. Very thirsty, but you can't find your mouth. And you can't find your mouth. You can't find your mouth. Try hard, you can't find your mouth. In fact, when you put it to your face, it goes to a different part. Stiff and rigid, every muscle in your body, stuck tight, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. One thought only, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. One thought only, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. One thought only, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. Nothing else exists except for stiff and rigid, hold on to her here, No, you're okay. Stiff and rigid, one thought only, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. Stiff and rigid, one thought only, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. One thought only, stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. Stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. Stiff and rigid like a solid steel bar. Go ahead back and sit down. Thank you very much. Again, to recap, what am I talking about here? What was this a demonstration of? This was a demonstration of the power of the mind. You see how they would take on emotions. You can see how they could, just by stopping.
Let's take another round of applause for the attendees that participated.
Thank you very much.